In this demonstration, I'll describe the steps for adding material or buildups to the AFO. We'll start by adding an 1.5" buildup to both medial and lateral malleolus, or malleoli. We'll start with an 1.5" fixed depth, and on the medial side we'll go with 3/16 inch in terms of the size of our buildup. So I'm left clicking and holding. Once that's completed, I'm going to go to the blend and go to a medium blend. Right click and hold, and just work quickly around all edges of this buildup. This patient is a pronator, so I'm going to go with a 3/16 inch buildup on the medial side. Once I'm done blending all these edges, rotate it around and have a quick look at that, and that looks just fine. Spin it to the lateral side, and because they're falling away from this side, I'm only going to add an 1/8 inch buildup on the lateral malleoli. So again, add my buildup, round that out on that side. And again, a 2-inch blend by right clicking and holding, and quickly working around all sides of this buildup. And that looks just fine. Now, I'm going to change the tool width to 1 inch and add a 1 inch buildup to the base of the 5th metatarsal. Same on the calcaneal tuberosity. Again, quickly blend all those edges. Same on the navicular. Sometimes if you end up grabbing your marker, it'll kind of come along with you. So try not to do that. And if you can, if you do grab it, just try to place it back where it belongs. So those buildups are all done. That quick and that easy. On the 1st metatarsal and the 5th metatarsal, we're going to do some things a little bit differently. One of the things we want to do is we already have a little bit of a flare here created. So on the 5th met head, our plastic trim line is going to get cut out so the 5th met head is not encompassed within the brace, and the same on the 1st met head. We want our trim lines to come outside of that. So our plastic is actually going to end here, but we want to create a little bit more of a flare just behind the 5th met head and just behind the 1st met head. So one of the things I've kind of learned here is we need to add a fairly significant buildup onto the model here to help with that process. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 3/16 inch of our build height, and we're going to try not to grab a hold of that marker. Well, it's kind of hard not to. There we go. And we're going to put a buildup like this, and then just blend the back side of it real quickly so that we create a little bigger, more generous flare there. We're going to do the same thing on the medial side. We'll tip that up. We can actually zoom it toward us here so we can see it a little bit better, and we'll straighten it out. We're actually going to put 5/16 on the medial side, and we'll go with a little larger tool size. So we're going to just take right on the apex of that 1st met head, and we're going to pile on a little bit bigger buildup. Try to keep it nice and round, and then right on the back side of that, flare it out, round it up, and then we'll take a look at that, and that creates this nice flare. And 2 steps from now, we'll add our toe box on here, and we'll use the apex of this to extend our foot plate out from both of these points. But I've learned that when carving AFOs that it's important to actually add this step Otherwise, that flare, if you don't add this flare, it'll actually dig into the first and fifth med heads. So this is done. We've added all of our flares, and we've completed these steps. And we can move on to the next step.